Sanbanani, Ninjani, Kotwa Ninjani, grand. Anyway, please go check out the last part that I was talking about. The shadow banning, like, situation set up, something, it's going on. Jefela that's got a sister, like, twitching. It's got me twitching. Anyway, yeah, but, like, hopefully one of these days we're gonna stop twitching, because Christ will have given us regulation. I feel the injection is a calm. Anyway, so the Stephanie Chiquita prophesied and said that there is going to be a ubiquitous freeing of people that are shadow banned in this capacity because of a whole bunch of people getting busted for effectively manipulating accounts on these social media platforms in order for personal reasons, like personal, nothing at all that makes any sense at all, personal reasons. And so they're basically irresponsible. They are essentially on that day just, what are you doing? Why do we hire you? You're a bandit on the job. You are a thief of our company's revenue, because again, like YouTube, for instance, makes a whole bunch of its money on ad revenue. And so the more people monetize on the channel, the greater their like margins become. And so if you're actively participating to the loss of such revenue of your organization, you are a saboteur on that day, and you are anti like value proposition of the general company. So get the step in, if anything. Anyway, whatever. So she spoke about how people are gonna get called out. They're going to get found wanting, that there's going to be first an investigation that is going to be embarked upon, but this investigation is only going to come around as a result of, listen to this, thieves, they always leave something out, they always like fall short, they always slip up in some way, because we're greedy, ill-gotten gain. My son, do not be hungry for ill-gotten gain. It is written in Proverbs, I believe 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, somewhere in the Proverbs, I stand corrected. In the scriptures it is written that ultimately it comes back to like eat you alive whole, pounce on you like a whole beast. You will like literally be a thief, and somebody else will consume of the fruit of your criminality. That's what's going on. They always slip up. Their greed makes sure that there isn't like it's written in God's word that like death and Sheol, the eye of man is never full. It is never, it doesn't say enough. How lekasi lifu, what do you call this, ukushona ukudabula amafu akusuthi ngoba abantu bahlala babhoda every day, like lots and lots of people, and shiyolu more by the souls abona dilenda ngotenge. There's never a shortage of space all up in that joint, and it is written in God's word that like death and Sheol, the eye of man is never satisfied. You can never say enough. There have been a contentment, and so after tasting your first 2,000 rands, 3,000, 5,000 from like sabotaging innocent accounts, you are going to now want 20,000. You are going to now want 29, 30,000. I remember my mom telling me the story about some woman who got fired at an organization. This is why she got fired. Okay, she was working in the mailing room of the company, and she was working there for. My mom was not, it was not her company, but her organization had a client, an account where this was a general story, okay? And this chick worked in a bank. The organization was a bank, and she was embezzling funds for something like 25 years. And security increased over 25 years in banking. You would know, like FICA, like all of these like financial services laws came into effect in order to prevent lots and lots of fraudulent activity going on. And Lomuntu was still busy asebenza despite technological advancements in technology. In the financial services industry to increase security. Anyway, whatever. So this woman literally started out, perhaps like in her early to mid 30s, working in the mailing room, and she worked in that job for something like 25 years. And in all throughout that 25-year period, she was offered promotions. She was offered move to another location, and she was like, no, this is just comfortable, just leave it. From the position that she was at, 1 cent, or 2 cent here, that from the myriads of accounts that she was pushing through, and it was like beefing up her bank account. By the time that she got busted, something like 3.5 or 3.5 to 5 million rands. And I remember my mom saying something to me, or my mom said, if she had stopped in year 5, if she had stopped in year 10, if she had stopped in year 15, she would have been okay. But instead, she carried all the way into year 25. That's why she got busted. You know why she got busted? The people found it weird that Lomfa's agafuni my promotion, agafuni improvement, agafuni move ahead in life, and it doesn't make sense. So they started to investigate her admin, basically her bosses. You know, and this was another thing. The boss changed her over all those years. Over all of those years, there's going to be a boss of figure. That's a little bit of Inspector, Poirot, eh? A little bit of Mr. Magoo. Gonna go and investigate. Gonna be Pink Panther all up in your grill. You're gonna get a boss that's gonna be wondering why you don't want to leave this job. Anyway, so she eventually found an Inspector Poirot, Agatha Christie. Or a little bit of an Agatha Christie for a boss. And so Agatha Christie letter because go to for one for all those years. Me letter na kwa tla tsaba go bana mosadi ona batla go dula mosebetsing ona. How we go investigate go mosadi ona ke nga mmereko ona na. Ke nga kana batla go dula mo le mo go mo wa bo ga mona na. Ga batla go bua mosadi mo go lona. Ke kopa wena kwa go dutse kwa IT o mo shebe fela mo buke o investigate on fe di report on tablet le gona go etsang mona na 25 years ka yo yotlhe nna ke gatetse ke na mosadi mo go lona ke batla ngwana ona ne 21 ke gatetse ke mosadi ona le 50 mo mailing room nna ke batla employee ke batla 21 year old ke ga ke batla lo ba ke le mosadi o le kana le moaka nna ke wetse ke moshankana wa ko IT ke ha go investigate la hore mmele leta o batlang mona nna setse ke batla 22 year old jwanong ke gatetse ke yena mosadi mogolo mo mailing room admin job. Next thing, Jabu there in IT, beyond some, wearing Inspector Magoo goggles, like investigating with a magnifying glass and everything. Snap. Did it, next thing, baby! And Jabu's like, yo, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I was kind of hoping it was innocent. Futu mama omdala lona, lomta konkala na did something. Now say we mama. Anyway, I don't like it. Oh, mama manje seka kosho la M17 kotwa. Nomuntu uyatshontsha baba uyatshontsha imalingana ezincanyana from accounts every time when a new transaction pulls through in her particular direction in traffic. Utata 2 cent, I move it ahead. 3 cent, I move it ahead, and she does this all day long. Hey bana ke ha mosadi mogolo lena balata ba molata go desk ba mo thepa ba re mme le letter re maswabi go potla le gona go bodumong enana ya ko HR go second floor e kwa le ileng esnang ke le di window re tlo bua ka taba go for 25 years yo tlhontse go tswa di chelete mmerekong tswa mo gona o suspended until further notice mara re bona nga gona o tlo spenda waiting period ya gago go toronkong o ya tanyane mme le letter o ya tanyane o ba ntse le busy o tunisitse company le bank account ya gago jwanong ke mo di funds tsa batho di phintswe mo gara account ya gago re batla 25 million ya rona ka o fela yotlhe wena ke ka ya toronkong. But until then, until further notice, disciplinary hearing o tla bona ka di 27 ta December mmele letter. Goodbye. Ke ha abankwa mmele letter, you guys, abankwa. And the thing that my mom said made sense entirely. Why at year 10 as I stop? Because at that stage maybe not only 1 million. Why at year 15? Why at year even 24? Instead, mega greed. The eye of man is never satisfied, and that's why she got busted. She got an Agatha Christie Inspector Poirot for a boss. Poirot wathi lo mnangifuna 22-year-old ngifuna a fresh chicken all up in my grill. So ake batlo lo sebeletsa nkgono wa administrator, ake batle mo mkgono wa administrator nna ntato sebeletsa ke batlo lo fa ngwana montsha opportunity mosadi mogolo ona ibeneng o ba so she's starting to daughter about ke ha mme a sa batlo tsaya promotion e be boss ya gagwe he mokhozo ga bankwe cause o mo investigate sitse ka IT guy he ka bana we tsegeng di Agatha Christie di ngata mo di corporations tsa rona strange activities tsa bana ba utswang di chelete le bana le basadi le bo mme le letter ba tletse lime katqweni ba qhithekile lime katqweni ba ziphonsele lime katqweni ba yazithela lime katqweni ba sitshontshile imali sizoba bundles na ngoba why greed ganke ba gora ha ba boli dintja tse. And so because ga di boli mo lifeng Poirot wa tla nna jwanong nna ke Poirot ke tlo khoza Poirot a ke next part.